Hi everyone, this is Sean. Welcome back to my channel. I actually just got off of work. I just came back from the range. I just finished instructing a 2-hour rifle and pistol qualification course of fire. I am the range master and I was the lead instructor for today. On my way home, I started thinking about some recent videos that have drawn a little bit of controversy, and I want to talk about the content as well. But I first want to show you this. So I'm in California. Those of you who are in California, you probably feel my pain. This is a California legal rifle. This is a BCM rifle, 16-inch barrel. Everything on here except the magazine is 100% Bravo Company manufacturing. That's what BCM stands for. So check this out. I have these gadgets from Cross Armory. Here's one gadget. And then here's another gadget right over here. Kind of hard to show on camera. So if I want to drop the magazine, I have to separate the upper receiver from the lower receiver action to drop the magazine. This is considered a fixed magazine platform. 10 rounds, by the way, you guys. But just to drop this magazine, I have to separate the upper from the lower receiver by activating these two mechanisms right here, and then this right here. So it's kind of like pinching this and then pressing this. The bad thing is it's very difficult for me to even activate the safety measure here. Here's your safety selector, okay? The safety switch, and then I really only have the small gap here because I have to install this silly gadget to make it legal. If you're in California, I don't even know what to say anymore, but if you're in California, you feel my pain. All right, guys. So a lot of people thought that private security should not have rifles. They shouldn't have shotguns, and I continue to argue that it depends on the post and it depends on the level of training of the security officer. But I'll say this, these are my observations. Most security officers out there are not trained properly and they don't have the right setup. I recently was looking at some social media and I saw some armed security. Okay, they had a rifle platform, but no sling. No sling. So my question to you guys out there who are your rifle systems with no sling, what are you going to do if you get into a fight? Like somebody wants to have a fist fight with you. You're going to just pull out your AR on them? That doesn't make any sense. Or you're going to just bring it in just like this and just fight with your support hand or your left hand or your other hand? Or are you going to put this on the floor and leave your rifle available to somebody else out there, maybe a second attacker? You guys are feeling me so far? If I am creating a policy of rifles for a private security company, it will be mandatory that you have a sling. You have a sling. Somebody needs medical aid. What do you do with your rifle, guys? I mean, you're going to put it down next to the victim while you render aid? That doesn't make any sense. But really concentrate on the fact that it doesn't make sense if somebody is trying to push you, okay? They're pushing you, okay? Or they're in a fighting stance and they're ready to fight, and you don't have this rifle slung. What are you going to do? You can't use the rifle. Okay, unless this is the only option that there is and there's a deadly threat. But just somebody engaging in a fist fight with you, most of the time that doesn't involve a lethal force encounter unless you are losing consciousness. They're on top of you and they're wailing and you believe that you're going to die. And then we have a totally different story. And even in that story, you probably can't even get to your rifle because it probably flew onto the deck, or it's somewhere where you're not able to have it. And then I hear some of the comments. This is how I know that there are so many trolls out there that have never worked with a rifle platform. I keep seeing in the comments, well, you can't handcuff anybody if you have a rifle. That's the most stupidest comment that I've ever heard before. And if you're the one that making the comment, I'm going to say this, I apologize for coming off on arrogant. But that's reality. And a lot of times it's just because of lack of training. It is very easy to handcuff somebody if you have your rifle slung. Look, okay? You have them at gunpoint. There's a legitimate reason. And your private security licensing board allows you to present a rifle, okay? Now, it's time to handcuff. Okay, look. These hands are available because you have this. Okay, you have your sling here. By the way, you guys, if you like the sling, this is a Vickers tactical application combat sling. Awesome sling. But look, you have them at gunpoint. Okay, put your hands on top of your head. Do not move. Put your hand on top of your head. Keep it right there. I want you to interlace your fingers. Separate your feet. Wider, wider. Do not look at me. So then, okay, you're approaching. Look, sling. Okay? They want a piece of this. Okay, you're fighting for your rifle. You got your sidearm, your pistol. Or create space. Take the safety back off. Okay? It's just easy. I do this all the time, guys, with a rifle. Just another tip regarding slings. So I like to have my sling a little bit loose. And the reason why I want a little bit loose is so that I have enough slack, I have enough space to transition to another shoulder. So for example, I have somebody at gunpoint, or I'm clearing the corner, and I want to transition to my support side. If this sling is so tight to my body, I'm going to have a very difficult time transitioning to my support side. So instead of seeing something smooth, you might see something like this. Okay? If it's too tight, it's going to get caught right here, and I can't even form a proper cheek weld. Kind of looks a little bit awkward. See that? Something else I like about the sling is that you can wrap your forearm, your support forearm, around the sling to stabilize the rifle a little bit more. So it'll look like something like this. See that? I can stabilize the rifle a little bit more. All right, see that? Once again, here, stabilize it a lot more. Lastly, I know that there's a lot of Californians out there, and you're wondering, can you carry a rifle at your post? Is this something that BSIS allows? BSIS stands for the Bureau of Security Investigative Services. They are the regulatory arm for private security and private investigators in California. The answer is yes and no. It's a gray area. I did a video that lasted about 20 minutes. And still, it's a gray area, guys. I will leave a link in the description box if you want to spend some time to watch the video. Some people will get very rude with me in the comment section below. They'll say, tell me yes or no, and give some other rude remark. If you do that to me, I'm not going to respond. There's no way that I'm going to respond. All right, guys, so that's my thoughts. Again, I know and I understand that a lot of you are against private security being able to have a rifle platform. I respectfully still disagree. Like I keep saying, depends on the post, depends on the assignment, depends on the level of training. From what I'm seeing out there on all the social media posts, there's a lot of private security officers that don't train. And when they're out there, they don't even have the right setup, you guys. I mean, you're seeing security officers out there without slings. You're just wondering where they're getting the training and who's mentoring these people. I mean, it should be mandatory that you have a sling. So these are my thoughts. Looking forward to dialogue. Take care.